welcome to the Superledger Podcast, episode 92. Doing things a little bit different here today. As you can see, we're doing it via video. I think one day we're going to have video spaces anyways, but today what we want to do moving forward when we have a guest on is do it by video. It definitely provides a lot more value to the guest and to the listener and viewer too when we can do some visuals here. So for those joining us for the X Space, you're just going to have to watch the video. You can minimize it, watch it and listen in the background, watch the replay. We're also streaming on YouTube, and not too sure the OmniFlix link's working. I see I got a little error here, so that'd be my fault on that. So on YouTube for sure. Maybe Articulate can confirm that for me momentarily. But anyways, we'll get into it here today. Our guest today is Moonman T. He is a musician and visionary on the XRPL. Cross paths with him in an X Space. I think it was Coffee and Crypto with Stone. I think we're going to have a lot more to talk about than I mentioned there, but I think we'll be providing you a lot of value. All we're asking for in exchange, give Moonman T a follow, give us a follow, like, repost the space here, help us get the message out, and that's all we need in exchange for that value. Our sponsor today, as usual, Corium Community DAO. Corium Community DAO is a hub of value, networking opportunities, and resources for anybody in Web3 to utilize. You stake with Corium Community DAO Validator. It entitles you to our quarterly rewards program. Next snapshot is coming up here September 22nd for those CCD tokens. So if you need to learn more about that, just reach out. You can find everything you need at coriumcommunitydao.com or the link in our bios, the myweb3.me links in our bios. So with that, we also do a spin every week for a Corium Punk bounty prize, and we give away 10,000 CCD tokens for that here weekly also. And we will give another Corium Punk away today for everybody that likes, shares the space below. We'll do a Twitter picker here after the space wraps up today. So with that, welcome my co-host, as usual, Articulate. Welcome. I know you got a lot going on today. Thanks for joining me. And do we have a winner or a bounty number for our Corium Punks here today?
Yes, thank you, Chris, and welcome to everyone that's tuned in. Yes, we did the spin a little earlier today, and this week's winner, I'm actually about to post it as I speak, is for punk number 5346. The winner for this week is punk number 5346. If you do hold that punk, you do have a bounty attached to it of 10,000 CCD tokens. Or if it's not minted and you do happen to mint this punk, please make your way to our Discord either way and open a ticket to claim your 10,000 CCD tokens. So again, the winner is punk number 5346, and it is attached to the post on X for this space today. Live stream, sorry. So you will also have that as well. So congrats to that holder.
Awesome. So yeah, you can learn more about that in the Discord, Telegram. And as I said, we will give away another Corium Punk here today, as we have the last few weeks, for those that are kind enough to like and share the space on X. And for some reason, I don't see my comments on here, but I'll work on that once we get going here. So sorry for those of you on YouTube. I haven't seen any comments yet, but we'll get to that here in just a moment.
I can bring up some if you want. I can see them.
You can, yeah. You can just display them on screen too if you want there. If you can see that toggle here. I just got an error that I got to deal with there on the stream. But yeah, we'll get into it here. Moonman T is joining us today. I hope to bring you a great conversation and a little bit of video integrated with that to go along and bring some value here. So with that, we'll bring Moonman T up. Welcome. How are you doing today?
How we doing? How I'm coming in.
Real good. Thanks for joining us here today. Yeah, like I said, I crossed paths with you just on Coffee and Crypto space. You're up there having a discussion, and Stone suggested we touch base and reached out. We had a great conversation. We talked about some OmniFlix that I think had you somewhat interested too. So yeah, I think we got a lot to resonate with here. And yeah, if we just maybe just start with you in general, we can go long or short as you like with that. But yeah, just let everybody know a little bit more about you specifically, and then we'll get into what you're doing.
100%. Well, I am Moonman T. That's my persona. Singer, songwriter, author, hip hop artist, the whole 9 yards. I guess I could just kick it off automatically with my Web3 career. In the beginning, I was just an XRPL investor, um, an enthusiast, so to speak. But I went into like the huge, deep rabbit hole of XRP, and this is around 2017. But moving forward, I did a project, or I was featured in a project called Twin Flames by a photographer named Justin Avasano. And he ended up minting the project on the Ethereum blockchain in 2018, and ended up being and still is the highest grossing photography NFT project ever, right? So it holds the title in that, and me and my twin brother, the Lord D. Lee, we are in that project. So that's what introduced me to NFTs. I was already in XRP, like investing, but NFTs was sparked by Justin Avasano. So definitely wanted to tell that quick story. He went on to create a project or a curation platform called Quantum Art. And he ended up hiring me to be the community manager, the blog writer, and all that good stuff. So in the Web3 reality, I was in regards to NFTs, I was on the ETH platform reluctantly because there was a lot of beef going on at the time, and I was, like I had my feelings about Ethereum and all that good stuff. But there's no beef anymore. We're all free. But that moved me along into seeing that the ledger was starting to pick up in regards to NFTs, and it sparked me. Like, it was already, like, the ledger was already in my heart. So it was just something that I was like, all right, let me start minting as opposed to minting on ETH. Let me start to mint on the XRP ledger and begin it that way. But that right there that's my my Web3 career in a nutshell. But before I was a Web3 enthusiast and minting my things on the blockchain, I have been a musician for the past 14 to 15 years in the traditional realm of Web2. Spotify and iTunes and the whole shebang that artists go through. So many albums, 6 to 7 albums, and my family is in the music industry. It's something I don't really talk about much, but they are legends in the music industry. They're called the Force MDs. They made songs such as Tender Love, Love is a House, and Tears. And that's where, like, obviously that's why I do the music thing. But besides their reality and my own, I became a 2-time author of 2 spiritually based books. The first one I wrote when I was 24, which is called The Diary of Moonman T, God Within. The second one I wrote when I was 26, which is called Magic, Music, Triumph. And they're both spiritually based books about evolution and the evolution of the soul and things like that. And yeah, now I'm here putting it all on chain. And this is the reason why we're here in the first place.
Wow, impressive. So what led to all that? Like, that's a lot that you've taken on, a lot of different mediums that you're getting the message out there. Like, what's driving you, like, if you don't mind me asking?
Completion, I guess. If I'm being honest and cutting through all the smoke, completion of the soul's mission from my vantage point in my life. I feel like all of us have soul missions, and however I express my soul through whatever medium, whether it be art or music or just talking, I feel like I'm on a mission. And when I speak, it has to be with purpose. When I make music, it has to be with purpose, because there's something that's happening, I believe, on earth, and we're all trying desperately to express that. So that's what's really pushing me.
And what do you see as Web3 or blockchain bringing for value to what you're doing specifically? Just the community aspect of it, or the technology specifically is helping you do something? What's out of it?
I think it's all merged, right? Like, so the community, obviously, because let me leave community second. Technology, a level of sovereignty that artists have never really felt And we know all the horror stories of many different industries, whether it be the art industry or the music industry or whatever industry that you can name where money's being exchanged and artists are being left behind. The technology of Web3 and the blockchain is allowing us to cut that out, cut the middleman out. Even with streaming, there's platforms on the XRPL like Sonar Muse, which allows you to put your music on chain and get XRP for streams. And it's not pennies on the dollar the same way that it is in Spotify. So the technology automatically is something that reminds me of a new reality, not only financially, but in the arts. And then community, 100%, because what I've gathered from what I've experienced on the blockchain and the communities, obviously there's other stuff, but there's a very spiritual essence to this. All the spaces that I get in, there's so much love. Obviously there's nefarious intent and things like that, but from what I've gathered, there's so many beautiful souls on the blockchain, and I think that speaks to something.
Well, yeah, a lot of these rooms you go into for spaces, you know, much like in in the real world, you can feel the energy of a room, you know, and sometimes it's not positive, but many times you can find that you can just feel it. You can feel the people in the room, and you make some great connections just based on a vibration, just in a space, and it can happen. I've been there, done it. Sometimes maybe it's you resonate with the speaker, maybe it's sometimes you resonate, something in their profile as you're, just sitting there in a space. But it definitely is something that you can still pick up on if you're tuned in.
100%. Yeah. That's really what drives me. To answer that question plainly, that's what drives me is that energy, is that spirit. And I think that we all, we're tapping in on many levels, including blockchain, is my point.
Excellent. Well, like I said, this format we're doing is meant to highlight anything you want to bring to the show. As far as viewers, you feel free to jump in, share anything you want to share at any point. 100%. That's the whole idea here. We really want to maximize the value because many people are going to see this on the replay. Also, they might just be listening right now, but if something catches their interest, they'll spin back and give it a watch or a replay on X, whatever the case is. So appreciate, got lots joined us here already today. So appreciate everybody being flexible with the change from going from a regular X space to this format. Let us know if you like it, if it's bringing you some extra value. Your opinions matter to us. Obviously, we're doing this for you. Everybody that attends and supports the show is what makes it. So we really appreciate you showing up no matter what we do and how we do it. But I think this is going to be very good. I think X is going to go to video spaces at some point, not too far down the road. We've seen hints of X TV and whatnot too. So we're just trying to front run it a little bit here, maybe. So try and integrate it together. So, but no, it's a great story. And do I see correctly? You have content on IMU TV? Is that correct?
That's correct. Most definitely. I actually signed like a non-exclusive deal with them about 2 to 3 weeks ago to, stream the music and these other things that I'm going to be doing. And to highlight, definitely they're an amazing platform. The idea of it, and then when you actually hear their story and what they're trying to accomplish, I'm just grateful to be a part of it. Again, it gives me the idea of revolution for artists, and that's what the blockchain is. And we are for sure in some type of renaissance where artists are being able to truly express themselves without the hidden hand, so to speak. And blockchain is doing that. IMU TV is one of those platforms that I knew. I'm like, no, they're doing something special and they're getting reach, right? Worldwide reach. So that's, and for the blockchain to be connected to it, specifically XRPL, it blows my mind.
Yeah, I've had Niall and Rob on the show several times. I'm actually looking forward to another update from them here soon. So stay tuned to the Superledger podcast here as they will be coming back on the show here. They got a lot of stuff they're working on. Proud to be one of the protectors there, part of that NFT series. That was a big honor for me from them. I really love what they're doing for independent artists out there. So, and that's kind of what we talked about too with Corey Puny DAO TV. I kind of approached you about putting some content up on there, and we're still working on that, both on the technology side and and just the logistics of getting it done. So I look forward to that continuing discussion. But it's the same. I think there's a lot to say about the community around these projects, and that's why I think it's important. Like, we have our XRP community, we have a Corium community, we have a Cosmos community, but it's important we integrate all of that together, right? Like, so we're not in these silos all the time, because you're providing a great value, but it doesn't have to be exclusive to the XRPL. And we got to figure out a way to bring this together. So, I know we talked about OmniFlix and the technology that they offer. I know Articulate can probably speak to it, a little bit too, as a musician and content creator. The value that can bring, and hopefully bring these together. So,
absolutely. I mean, I've loved Corium since I, studied it myself. And I'm always like, I'm the one on X that's like, hey guys, when the music, like, I want to be a part of these different ecosystems that I believe in, and put my whatever music or whatever is offered on these different chains, especially the ones that I love, like XRPL being one of them right now. It's, everybody, but Corium, I see that it's developing these different protocols and these different things that can be used for artists. And, I'm happy to be a part of it and potentially be a part of the newer technology that moves forward.
Yeah, it's a great segue. Maybe Articulate, I'll let you jump in. I know you're a little pressed for time there today. But, I remember talking to Articulate long ago, and, like you were saying, like, we're pioneers in this space, and we get to use this technology first and make our mark. It's not, that's the nice thing about this technology. It's leaving the mark. It's on chain. What we're doing and building here is it's gonna last, many years, decades, ahead, well past the time I'm on this space. So, Articulate. I don't know if you want to jump in at this point.
No problem. Thank you, Chris. And nice to officially meet you, Moonman T. I haven't gotten a chance to check out your music as yet. But interesting discussion so far. And I wanted to kind of, as Chris said, he kind of sniffed out OmniFlix, and he told me about what tech it was and how much it made sense for creators, especially musicians. So I went there, and I was blown away by what I could do there, with music, NFTs, and just content in general. But yeah, I wanted to ask you pretty much. I know the XRPL has projects on there that facilitate streaming and musician tools and stuff. I recently came across a platform called Zora, and they have the creator coin and the creator economy. Based upon where you are at now with putting out your music and getting exposure, do you see a format like what Zora is doing as, say, something that is eventually going to happen, or something that is a trial and error that may not make it through based upon what's available now? What are your thoughts on that, if you're familiar with it at all?
Oh yeah, no, I think we're dealing with probabilities now, because it could really go either way. But some of my work is populated on Zora, so I'm very familiar with Zora. So Zora, Ethereum blockchain, correct? Yeah. So So Zora ran parallel to quantum art, so they were all in the same. If you could see it, it's like high school, like this, like, you know what I mean. So Zora ran parallel with quantum art. So I populated my stuff on Zora in the beginning. I kind of like fell off of it because there was things happen and the bear market and things like that. I think it could go either way, because the sentiment around Zora is very cloudy, and certain moves and certain, so creator wise, in the creator community, when we have these conversations, that's the energy that is coming up. I think it gets dangerous when you start implementing different coins, and especially in a creator economy, because the creators are going to be expecting something from everything that you're generating from them, right? So if you're saying, hey, like, we're going to create a coin and we're going to distribute this coin to all these creators, and it takes you, and you know what I mean? So it's probability. If you can roll it out nicely, if you can, all things can go well and both sides are happy, I think something like Zora can definitely prosper. But I think Zora was like the blueprint, let's say.
Right. Because the reason why I asked that is because as an artist, as a creator, I do see something there that probably might be fine-tuned in the future. But for what it can do right now, it takes out a lot of the mechanics of running a market or running your own thing. It's a plug and play. You just create a profile like you normally do and post like you normally do, and it extracts away that the difficulties with, say, putting your content on chain and running it. And the value I see in that is discoverability as well. Like instantly as you create your account or your post, you can find it on Coinbase wallet. You can find it on Coinbase eventually as they integrate the DEX. But I see that as something powerful in the sense that just like iTunes, just like Spotify, you release your music and immediately it's discoverable by tens of millions of people. Right. And as we pioneer these tech, how do you feel about the future of something like that? In terms of you could just push a button and immediately potentially like tens of millions can download your music or invest in your token.
I mean, it gives me, and this is how I look at life, it's giving me Star Trek timeline, and that's what I'm feeling. Giving me Star Trek timeline to where we're uncovering all these different technologies, and it's going to propel every part of life, and including the one we're talking about, music and finance, and like we're in it, right? So even us having this conversation, when we look back on this, I just have to say this, when we look back on this, we're going to be like, wow, we really were the first to even think about this thing, right? But to answer your question, I think it's going to be a beautiful thing, but as pioneers, there's a gift and a curse, because the gift is that you see all of these different protocols, all of these different things that you can use. But the curse is that you have to spread yourself thin to make sure you pick the right horse, almost, right? So you're going everywhere. You're going on these different chains. You're going on you're putting yourself out there. And as a creator, not necessarily a developer or somebody this is what they do. I create. This is what I do. I don't want to have to go to a million different platforms and populate a million different, just so I pick the right horse, because there's certain times where I pick the wrong horse and I'm like, I put my stuff on here and the shit. This one went crazy, right? But it's a gift and a curse. But at the same time, either way, being early is going to have its benefits, and this technology is going to be explosive for creators and beyond.
Yeah, I think the thesis of it is just the idea of tokenizing yourself. You tokenize your brand, you tokenize just you, the name. So if somebody that doesn't even know I'm on Zora or Coinbase, they know about Articulate and they're like, let me just see if there's something there. They type in Articulate, boom, they find my token. They don't necessarily have to even know too much, So I think where it becomes that, where the .com started, and when we just started that discoverability of like, okay, wow, you can find things from around the world.
LimeWire, and I got all these.
Yes, I think as this develops, I think there's something there. But with what you do now, and has there been a challenge with initially going on chain with your music in terms of not just the learning curve, but what to do and how to do it, and developing your own formula in this? Was there an initial thing that you probably took a while to figure out before you kind of went down to like, okay, this is how I'm going to do it, this is how I'm going to play it?
100%. The journey, even in reflection, is like, wow. Like from the Ethereum days and Sound XYZ, and I was all over the place, So I've seen the progression of it and have gone through it. So having gone through it, it's like, I think it's intuitive, of course, how to navigate certain things, how to navigate certain technologies, how to navigate certain founders, or if you even know the founder, and it really has to be intuitive almost, because for us to get here and us to even be here and aligned the way that we are aligned. But ultimately, technologically, I think that I was going to be led back to XRP just in general, or even something like Corium, something where I can't explain it. The Ethereum days, it was the true Wild Wild West. And money-wise, you would sometimes spend a lot more than what you were trying to buy. That's huge for an artist. That's huge for a creator. So when XRP is dormant with the technology that can make it cheap for a creator, or Corium is dormant, but it has the technology to help me, I have to run to Ethereum. So those days were tumultuous, right? So there's times where I want to buy something for, let's say, $300. The gas fee is $75. It's like, wait a minute. I see these technologies over here, pennies on the dollar, and I'm an artist. I'm not like, we're not, we're like trying to make it. And man, it was a journey. Let's put it that way. But I'm more grateful more than anything that technology such as Corium, the XRPL, it's opening up for artists, because this was not regular in the early days. I was here 2017, 18. I was here with the case. I was invested, seen a dump. I've seen digital asset invest, the whole 9 yards. I was in the game, but there was no game for my music. There was no game for my art. There was no game for my friends' art. How can I onboard you to what? Right? So now that we're here, when we look back, we're going to be like, whoa.
Yeah, definitely get that. Last one before I give it back to Chris. You mentioned Corium a couple of times. What do you see like at the front of your mind when you think of Corium in terms of like a creator or musician? What is the first thing that you think of, and what that you can do or value it could bring you with the tech that's here now?
It's multi-layered, right? So there's so many different intricate things that my mind can conceive of, but I'd have to sit down and actually think about it, because there's so many there's multiple layers within the Corium chain itself. It's like XRP, but it's not. It's its own monster, I feel like. And if I had the time, I don't want to take up too much time to think about the tools that I could actually manifest using Corium. It'd be amazing. My thing is I just want to know that like the developers are open. It's here, like OmniFlix, like it's here. We're come, you know what I mean? And I'm so ready for that, because I do believe that it's not a rivalry thing. It's more so like Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, Apple Music. I gotta populate at least my favorite ones, and I'll feel at peace. And Corium is one of them for sure.
Thank you, Chris. Hand it back to you.
Yeah, great conversation, and I look forward to it. I still think there's that one person, that one project that's going to see the value of having something on the XRP ledger and porting that over to Corium. Not to say that it can't exist on the XRP ledger, just to say that the Corium version can bring maybe some added features or value to what they're doing over there. So that person's still out there. I'm eager to see when it happens, because I see it as like an aha moment, right? Like whoever taps into that like one thing that everybody goes, oh, okay, now I get it. I mean, it's going to set it off. And we're talking about right now there's meme craze going on, bringing a lot of attention, but it kind of takes away from the fact that a lot of the power and functionality of the Corium network too. Like if you're a create a token, you want to look at the smart token features, because that's what the real value is what those smart token features can bring to a token, right? So some of that gets lost on these launch pads that it's just quick and easy to launch a token. But as far as artists, I look we've been working hard to get that OmniFlix and Corium integration, and we got some of the pieces there. I'm still fighting to get a few more of those pieces there, because once we can get Corium native assets also integrated there, then that opens up a lot of possibilities for the XRPL, because we have XRP issued on Corium also. So if we can create that bridge, it's just a great way to go. Obviously, the Flix fam, they're doing a little bit of a rebrand right now. They're over on base, so it's going to be a lot of opportunities to bring these all together, and we're going to have more details in the weeks ahead here. But stay tuned to what Flix.fund's doing. They're creating this new homepage thing that's going to be for content creators to bring all their
I applied.
sources of
So
media
as soon
together.
as I applied,
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's great.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when
It's-
you brought it to my attention, oh, go ahead.
No, finish.
I was gonna say when you brought it to my, I feel like even when you were saying like it was like this is like a precursor, like you were like, yeah, I don't know who's gonna do it, but somebody can port there. And I'm thinking like, I think it's me. Like even when we had our initial conversation, and then you brought up Omniflix, right? And then I'm like, and then I went on the website when it was accessible, and I'm on it, and I'm like, whoa, like this is something, because I'm already in the motions of making music videos and also just long form content and things like that. So that's why when I seen the post go up, I'm like, let me go apply really quickly. Let me get this out the way. Boop, boop, boop. I'm ready, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I was
Good.
gonna say the composability of the Flix.fun, I think, is gonna be a key where you can customize your homepage. You know, as a creative, you could now have it that matches your brand and personality, and it gives you so much more leverage to kind of tie the whole thing together. You have one landing page that has everything about you, and that's the one link you need to send to people now, and it's all on chain. You know what I mean? That to me is the future right now. And I see you thinking, Moon, man. Go ahead.
No, because it's like, because when I went on the site and I seen like all the icons of the other platforms like YouTube, and I'm like, how does that integrate? What did they my mind didn't click. I'm trying to think like, okay, like, so what does this have to do with that though? Right? And I just brushed it off. But now as you're speaking, I'm like, oh man, I think it's starting to dawn on me what they're trying to do over there. And that is very important, right? This is what I'm talking about, not having to stretch yourself too thin and having a place where, boom, it's right here. Whatever you need, all of me, right? In a digital package, right? That is, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just somebody that might follow you regularly on YouTube just might not realize that, hey, he's an author too. He's got a book over here. If you have all that, on one page that somebody enjoys viewing, that's the key, right? If somebody wants to be there, and I just think of the potential of opening this up, to creators everywhere. It's to me, it's got a lot of potential. I'm pretty excited about it. And then you look at curated, like a page that curates other, like a page of curated musicians that you like, right? Like imagine what you can do with that, right? And ultimately you're bringing them value. You know what I mean? And it could be somebody that's curating your content, actually bringing more eyes and activity to your project, with what their page draws.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's like you have a squad, an army, or a marketing team. They have their own landing page or a derivative of yours. That's strictly your content they're posting. It's gonna get wild, and it's all on chain.
Wow.
It's all on chain.
It's like almost like giving me YouTube, TikTok is giving us something like I don't know, because I have my TikTok is I have a really, really big TikTok. I have monetized my TikTok, but not in a way that I know this is headed in a way where there's a lot more sovereignty, a lot more. You're getting paid as opposed to TikTok literal pennies on the dollars. Right, man. Yeah.
And throw MySpace in there, because that's an important part, because what MySpace allowed us to do back then, we're actually about to do that on chain now. So with you could, as I said, the customizability, I think it's something that you don't get a lot in Web3. It's like you get this thing and you use it for what it is, but to match your brand and your sound and how you feel. And even I see, not going to say too much, but you probably could have like moving backgrounds with some.
That's what I was saying. Like, so you put on MySpace, and I was thinking like we were kids, we were coding.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was coding.
Yeah.
Like, we were coding backgrounds into our MySpace pages.
HTML, all that. Yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're coming after it. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot of my longtime listeners would be looking at me like, "What the heck? Like you're never one to promote ETH at all for any reason." And well, it's over on Base, so the costs are cheap. You're not seeing big transaction costs, and I'm doing it all out of my Leap wallet. I was just swapping my Cosmos assets for Base ETH right within my Leap wallet, interacting nice and easy, and that's the key. As these projects become more interoperable, it's just going to make it easier for people to dip into an ecosystem. I didn't have to go buy a bunch of ETH, or you know what I mean. It's just I'll just put a couple dollars over here, start up a Zora account, and oh look, I'm off and running that easy in just a couple minutes. So, but hey, we wanted to do this way. I did do some sharing of the screen there to highlight your X page and whatnot. But I do want to use this time and space to see anything that you want to present to the audience, share with us here, and just demonstrate what we can really do with this platform every week.
Well, I brought up like there's a bracket where I'm at the bottom, like small, and then there's another bracket where with the thing that I'm trying to present, and it's not allowing me to. Let me hit this. Let me see. It says that I'm screen recording right now.
Okay, so is your screen ready to share? Like I can add your screen share.
Yeah. My screen's ready to share. I think it says it's already presenting. I think there's a permission.
Okay. So maybe it just needs my. Maybe it's saying some other media is going here. So let me try get that off of there. Whoops. Yeah, it says it's another. Oh, maybe it's the comments here. Let me try that. It says there's another media stream conflicting, but
I have one streaming, so let me stop that, and then I could just bring it back up. Technology.
Yeah, that's right. I think once we get X Spaces X video spaces, I think that's gonna change.
That's gonna be a game changer.
XTV. I mean, I've seen little teasers of XTV a year ago. I was like, come on, I want to see it.
That man, YouTube on steroids, especially if you can, because the ad revenue is.
While you're looking now, I'll give a shout out a few in the comments there. I see Stone's here. Hey, welcome, Stone. I mentioned you at the start. Moonman T and I met in your coffee and crypto space there Monday to Friday. Really early my time or whatever it is, 6 a.m. East or Pacific time, I think. Just a reminder, anybody that likes and reposts comments on the stream on X will be entered in a draw for Corey and Punk after the show with I'll use X Picker for that and post it after the show there. So there you go, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I was right, 6 a.m. Pacific. That's what time I get up to listen to your show, Stone. 6 a.m. That's how dedicated we are over here on the West Coast. But it's great to see you here, and glad we made the connection. Had a great conversation with Moonman T there soon after there, and it soon convinced us to get together for a conversation here that you're tuning into today. So look at the seed you planted. Here we go.
The dot connected, Stone is the dot connected.
Excellent. So are you still having trouble getting a screen share up there?
Yeah, I mean it says present, and when I go to it says share screen, click share screen. Then I share screen.
Let's see. What's this one here?
Yeah, share.
That's unfortunate. What do I got here now? I know it's still giving me that same before presenting a screen. Remove other media streams from the stage. So weird. Yeah, I don't know what's blocking it up because I can share mine. Oh no, just hang on a second here. Even though, okay, try that now. Interesting. Even though I didn't see mine, it was showing it was up there.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, I have it up. Okay, present. Okay, it says it's presenting.
Hey, there we go.
There it goes. Oh, we're in a black hole. Okay, guys. So let's start. Earlier we talked about twin flames. That was the beginning of my Web3 career. This is OpenSea. Obviously they've extended, but they were originally Ethereum based. Total volume is 6,000 Ethereum roughly. which is the highest grossing photography NFT project ever. Amazon. This is my book, Magic, Music, Triumph, by yours truly. It is my second book. My first book is Diary of Moonman T, God Within. So you guys can go check that out. The link is in my bio on X. All things Moonman T are in my bio, including the NFTs and the whole 9 yards. Would you how would you feel about me playing a song or a video or something like that?
Yeah, please do. It'd be a good way just to take a pause and enjoy and reset, and yeah, we'll carry on.
Okay, awesome. So we'll go to
again, everybody, let us know how you feel about the new format here instead of the regular X space. Don't worry, we're still going to have our community space once a month on X spaces as usual. I'll probably pop up some more random X spaces to make up for it, just for random conversation, of course. But for the guests that we bring in here week in, week out, I just think it adds another level of value here. So let us know what you think in the comments here, and make sure you give Moonman T a follow and engage with his socials he's sharing here.
All right, 1 second. I have to switch the audio really quickly.
Yeah, you bet.
Oh, there it goes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you bet.
Perfect. All right, so this is, I'm assuming my screen is still sharing.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. This is Blame It on Kanye. I shot this in Cairo, Egypt, a few months back. This is the link is in my bio for this as well. Let's go. Yeah.
I don't think we're getting any audio on that.
No audio?
No audio.
I wonder what that is. But you can hear me speaking, all right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's odd. Okay. Let me see.
Can you share that tab instead of the, yeah, maybe.
Like right here? Let me know if there's any audio.
Maybe if I add. Oops. Yeah, we still can't get any audio from that, unfortunately.
I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. I think it's my
guys get to see behind the curtain.
Right.
Stuff happen live. That's how it goes here. But when we figure these things out, it's just gold.
Also, yeah, I forgot they can actually see my screen. That is hilarious.
Yeah, no problem. I could bounce that off there for now. Just 1 second. There we go.
All right, perfect. There we go.
I think while we wait, we could talk about the quarterly airdrop, Chris.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's why I need a co-host so badly. But yeah, no, good idea there. Yes. So Ethereum Community DAO, if you're staking with the Ethereum Community DAO validator, every quarter change of season, we do a snapshot for everybody that's staking with us. So that is coming up. September 22nd is the fall equinox, changing of the season. So yeah, anybody that has delegation with us will be in the snapshot. Now, I'll just give you a heads up. A lot of excitement going on with the cruise control launch earlier. August 1st, I believe that launched. So we're going to add a few bonus airdrops in addition to the quarterly draw there. So, or the quarterly rewards. So if you're a Punks holder, a Corium Punks NFT holder, a Punks token holder, or a Mart token holder, we will be doing a snapshot there too. So have that in mind for September 22nd. What we do at Corium Community DAO is try and bring value back to the community. So we charge 3% commission, which is amongst the lower half there anyways on the validator set. And we take all of that commission and try and bring value back to it. The validator is completely funded by the team and I. We use those commissions to fund operations and promotions and materials and prizes and all kinds of things that we do here. So I see Stone staking with us. We appreciate that. We try and do good work with the fees that we generate from your stake. And when you're earning over 40% APY, just a little bit going back to Core Community DAO to bring value like we are here today is just a small piece. So I appreciate that. But yeah, a lot of exciting stuff coming up. So want to learn more about that, just reach out to us. Anybody's happy to help. On our profiles, you got the myweb3.me links, and of course, CoreCommunityDAO.com, Discord, Telegram. All right, we think we got it sorted out there, Moonman.
I don't know if we could test it, because I don't know if the program is taking from the computer itself and playing the audio, or you guys just have to hear it from the speaker itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, let's just try it out.
All right, let's try it. Oh yeah, we're already. I thought you took me down. Are we up or not? There we go. There we go. Let's see if there's any change there.
Still no audio there. So just 1 second. I think I could probably grab it on my end here.
Let's see.
So I think I have yeah, here we go. YouTube's right here. I might be able to play it from here. And it'd be in videos. Oh, we lost everybody there.
Yeah, I think I have it up. If you.
There we go.
Okay.
Here we go. I found it too.
Let's see if you have any luck.
All right, I got it here. You okay articulate? I can throw it up here.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go like that. And strange. I can't see that. You guys should be able to see that screen now, right?
No, I see the Corium screen. That's like the backdrop, though. Hear it though.
Let's go. Yeah. Listen to me. There's a certain distance between love. There's a certain distance between us. We can never conquer this distance when they keep running these bridges between us. We can make a wave, just gotta be tough. We gon' ride the wave and they gon' freeze up. They gon' see the signs of the times, give a vibe to the live, then they really gon' see love. Distance between love. There's a certain distance between us. We can never conquer this distance when they keep running these bridges between us. We can make a wave, just gotta be tough. We gon' ride the wave and they gon' freeze up. They gon' see the signs of the times, give a vibe to the live, then they really gon' see love. So much hate going on in the world. I guess it's all for the best. First like school and we're all on the test. Being human took a journey, finding love was a quest. Some of y'all people got a hold in your chest when your heart used to beat or your soul must have left. Hold some respect, maybe even intellect. It's probably easier for you to hold intact. You don't need it like that, but you need your respect. And the check that they offer will believe you were dead. Yes, with a few, I'm relieving the stress from the guest style out into my soul project. So much hit the trauma, so much pain we should heal, but we blame it on Kanye. So much with abundance that we never could have gone, so we blame it on what Trump say. Yeah, I know they looking for the next scapegoat, so just blame it on what I say. They say to get the message when you're dead and you're gone, so I hope that another day. I hope you see truth, I hope you be you. Hope you never let them turn you into a clone. This is a preview to the sequel, the movie you was making never felt like your own. But when you hear this, know that it's on, cause there's a power when you put it in a song. It's time to show we can really get along. They can see the stars, they can see the sun, they can see the moon. They can see the signs read between the lines, they don't have a clue. There's a certain distance between love, there's a certain distance between us. We can never conquer this distance when they keep burning these bridges between us. We can make a way, you just gotta be tough. We gon' ride the wave and they gon' freeze up. They gon' see the signs of the times we revive till alive, then they really gon' see love. They gon' see love. Distance between love, there's a certain distance between us. We can never conquer this distance when they keep burning these bridges between us. We can make a way, you just gotta be tough. We gon' ride the wave and they gon' freeze up. They gon' see the signs of the times we revive till alive, then they really gon' see love. They gon' see love. Tell me where the love went, tell me where the peace went. I guess I will never know. Tell us what the truth is. You think we stupid? Will we ever grow? Cause first they name you and then defame you and try to blame you for hurting the masses. So if I'm next up and I get set up, call my fans Tesla, cause they won't gas it. They say to see love, you got to be love. They say to win, you got to play the game. If you ain't had love, can you perceive love? And the game was rich, so it was never the same. Thirsty children, I had praying for rain. Well, I'm doing the same, and the fact remains that everybody in the world's looking for change, but don't want to be blamed, and the shit is a shame. They can't see the stars, they can't see the sun, they can't see the moon. They don't see the signs read between the lines, they don't have a clue. There's a certain distance between love, there's a certain distance between us. We can never conquer this distance when they keep burning these bridges between us. We can make a way, you just gotta be tough. We gon' ride the wave and they gon' freeze up. They gon' see the signs of the time we revive till alive, then they really gon' see love. Really gon' see love. Distance between love, there's a certain distance between us. We can never conquer this distance when they keep burning these bridges between us. We can make a way, you just gotta be tough. We gon' ride the wave and they gon' freeze up. They gon' see the signs of the times we revive till alive, then they really gon' see love. Really gon' see love.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's I mean, music makes everything better. I don't care what anybody says, but you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I love, you know, the idea of doing it this way. It just, to me, it just brings a lot to the conversation. You know, it helps us learn a little bit more about you as an artist, you know, as opposed to just you know, seeing what you're doing on Web3 there. So I appreciate you sharing that. Anything you want to speak to as far as that song?
Yeah, no, that was called Blame It on Kanye. Not what most people think when they actually hear the name, when they actually hear what I'm saying. You know, it's just a message to not blame the world, but look within yourself to see what you could do to change the world, right? As opposed to blaming Kanye for everything, or blaming Donald Trump, or blaming whoever. Let's do some introspection and reflection on ourselves and see how we can show up in the world. And that's what that song speaks to. If you really listen, I know I'm saying a lot, but when you actually listen, it's like, okay, I kind of get what you mean by that. But the title, that's why I named it that, because when people see it, they're like, what, blame it on Kanye? And I'm like, come on in.
No, it's brilliant. Yeah. And you know, and I live in Canada here. Our country is going through significant changes. You know, just government, I would say, is probably not working as good as it should for its people. And you know, you see that, you see the use of the media and the manipulation that's happening, them just trying to keep us in silos, drive wedges between us.
Yes.
And you know, and that's what I said, like, you know, coming to blockchain, I think that's to me, that's my mission, I guess you can say, is to break down the silos. You know, like I came into XRP and I was like hyper focused on XRP and just waiting for the big moon bag to happen, and I was missing out on everything else around me. And you know, I just realized, you know what, I'm not consuming the right content. It's keeping me distracted. It's keeping me divided. There's a whole world of technology and communities, people engaging in these communities that I'm missing out on. And you know, I appreciate you know, kind of what Bob and Reza did with creating Corium. It kind of helped me start looking out beyond XRPL and just say, like, you know, obviously, as awesome as the XRPL is, it has its focus, it has its use case, it has its limitations. It can't do everything, and there's some things I want to do that aren't related to payments. So, you know, I need technology like OmniFlix. I need technologies like Corium, and we. You know, there's a room for all of it, and there's a room for the communities to interoperate. Like, it should be no different than we go to an event and we can still be friends if you're using Hotmail and I'm using Gmail. Like, it's everybody working against you, trying to keep you silent. So that's awesome. Appreciate your song there. I have actually viewed that a few times before now, leading up to the conversation today. So I'm glad you played that one because it's a powerful message.
Thank you. No, most definitely. I think in speaking to like kind of wrap that up in a bow, where I think we're witnessing in real time a revolution that we don't think is a revolution because it doesn't look like a normal revolution, right? When it comes to finance, when it comes to art, when it comes to spirit, right? The whole thing, there's a shift most definitely happening in humanity. As much as we want to ignore it and be cookie cutter and by the book, we all feel this energy that's happening on the planet, no matter where you look. And it's up to us to express ourselves authentically, whether it be through music, whether it be through blockchain, whatever it is, intentions that are genuinely trying to change the planet as we have these new technologies that will change our finances ultimately. But man, we are in a special time with these new technologies. We're in a special time just in general. This is the change of the guard from my vantage point. The old systems, whether it be Hollywood, whether it be the music industry, whether it be government, let's just be honest, something has changed, and these technologies are going to be bringing something forth that we're going to be able to use as a species to change our lives.
Absolutely. I wish it could work on your end. If there's anything else you'd like to highlight at any point off your YouTube page, I've kept it up here in case you want to play another track, but now or before we close, whatever the case is. Because I really appreciate that. And then, so what's going on now? Is there anything that you're working on, building on right now that you just want to drop attention to?
I've been really quiet on X, and I've been really focused on TikTok. I just reached 57,000 on TikTok, so I wanted to give X a little bit of a break because it's energy, and I wanted to focus on TikTok. So I definitely want people to check out my TikTok. Once OmniFlix gets that, I'm going to be on the OmniFlix reality as well. But for right now, TikTok is where I talk about the nature of reality, where I talk about quantum physics, where I talk about the impact of those things on our lives, right? And I go live every day on TikTok. So if you guys, also this is the link in my bio as well. So if you guys are into these types of concepts about reality and life, then definitely check that out. And this is a daily thing that I do, and this is why I haven't really been tweeting and like going in as many spaces as I could. But I'm integrating back. Like, this is helping me to integrate back. There we go. Perfect. This is my TikTok, Moonman T4. And this is where I express my spirit, my soul, and what I believe is happening on the planet and within the universe. So guys, check that out, man. I think you guys are going to have an amazing time just scrolling through, hearing my thought process in regards to life.
Nice. Well, let's grab one here and see what we got here.
Oh.
What do we got? 10K. Yeah, it varies a lot here. Here's this one. This one must be a popular one.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's talk about sacrifices.
That's music.
I've seen it all. See so much to the point I don't want to see it all. How selfish of me, some people will never see again. I learned a lot from my losses, but it's better to win. A wise man said it, the sword never equals the pen. But I gotta learn to swing when I'm dealing with them. These shapeshifters know they snakes, but they pose as a friend. They know I'm about to blow, cause I flow like a leaf in the wind. You try to hide it. I know you're going through some pain, don't you idolize it. Do what you can to stay sane when you're not in private. Feels like the world is trying to tame you, but keep it vibrant. I know you changed, it ain't the same you said you was lonely. So let's talk about sacrifices.
Nice. Good job.
Yes,
Yeah, it's I'll be honest, it's probably one of the first times TikTok's played on this device. I don't know, it's just been a holdout, I guess, but I can see the value. That's impressive reach with such a good message. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's important, I think, and transitioning this into Web3 is going to be even more important because as I do monetize TikTok, I think that the value of what I'm saying in these different various videos, it's a lot. It's worth a lot more than what I'm getting on TikTok. Let's put it that way.
Nice.
So yeah, if you want, any let's play one of these just to give them a glimpse of. Let's see. Scroll really quickly. Let me see. All right, so let's see. Right here, our phones are like digital talismans. The other day, I was holding my phone, and I got like the phone holder, like the extender, and I was holding it, and it kind of felt like, in that instance, I felt like it was a magical wand, almost like a talisman, because then when I thought about it, it was like us as human beings, we have the ability to convey a message instantly through this device. Like our energy infused in it and all, our quantum signature, our essence infused in whatever message, whether it be like this, me talking to you, we have that ability with these phones. So it's like a talisman. It's a device. It really is a magical device if we look at it from that perspective. And even right now, you're holding this magical device that has a message for you, like a literal, like I'm literally talking to you. And what that implies is that I can give off information and kind of like correspondence or report, whether it be on the energies or my life or the synchronicities or reality, right? So it's like we're streaming the ascension, so to speak, and then like corresponding with each other. Another thing that hit me was these energies that we feel when we're watching these videos of one another. It's kind of like the counterbalance to all the energies that are trying to penetrate our aura and trying to penetrate our field. So we come out and we use our talismans, these phones, right, to convey a message through the phone to get to whoever watches it, right? Obviously, we can do it like inwardly, but the external version of that is kind of like our phones, right? Let me know. The other
Oh,
day, I was
go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
No, I was waiting for you there.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you mind going down that path just for a few seconds, Moon Man.
yeah,
I was having this conversation recently with someone about, say for instance, you use the phone example, right?
right.
Uh, as electromagnetic beings, this my understanding, we are broadcasters and we're also receivers, right?
100%.
Um, and as you mentioned, the devices and what on the quantum level it could be doing,
Yeah.
and knowing that, say for instance, we each have control over our own reality per se, right? Everything is coming from within.
Uh-huh.
Um, I've had this thesis for a while that, say, even when we send a message or we make a video, we send an email, whatever it is, we're not necessarily just putting it into nothingness. It's actually we communicating with a different part of us. So it's
Yes.
like that's how it gets real time or instantly, because
Yes.
we reaching people with our telepathic or whatever that is called, but the device is it's a black screen. If you look at it, there's nothing there. It's a black screen.
Everything within the human being's reality is a mirror of the human being. So if you look at
Right.
the phones, the phone is mirroring you. You give off information the same way that the phone does. So from my vantage point, the cell phone and the human being are the same. So the cell phone is connected to invisible things that I can't see, but I know it works because I can text you and you're going to get the text. The same thing with the human being. There's something that's online in me that's connected to an unseen, sort of like Wi-Fi, but an unseen energy that makes me who I am and it makes you who you are. Depending on your body and how clear your body is, or if we're using the phone reference, you can't get an update if you have too many apps. The same way with the body. If you have too many things running in the body, belief systems, thoughts, ideas, feelings, you're not going to be able to pull in from the ethers. So we're all connected to that, but the phone is just a mirror of that, because there was a point in time where human beings weren't able to disseminate information the same way that we are now. That's why I said that I can instantly convey a message to you. Before, in the 20s, to figure out that my dad passed away, they'd have to go on horseback or whatever. And then 2 weeks, my dad died 2 weeks ago, but it took me 2 weeks to get here, right? So information spread very slow. Now we're in the speed of light of information, money, and spirit, I believe, as well.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to because it's so fresh on my mind, and when you mentioned that, it just I just had to like just find out what your thoughts are on that.
Yes, 100%. It's my pleasure. It's what it's like my life. This is like all I care about.
Nice. Like, I don't know if we got to everything there. Just to ask again, is there anything like, you mentioned your TikTok? You working on anything? Any new drops or anything coming up, or just stay tuned to TikTok to keep up?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna be dropping a freestyle really soon. All I have to do is record it. But other than that, yeah, definitely check out the TikTok. I will be implementing myself back in on X and connecting more with Corium as much as I possibly can, because I do want to be a part of that ecosystem. It's something that's in me, and I want to thank you guys 100% for bringing me on, hearing my story, and my whole other reality that I don't really talk about much on X. So I really appreciate you guys.
No, I appreciate you coming on. Is like I said, it was kind of that discussion that had me interested in, and a lot of projects that I support is because I resonate with the person and what they're doing and building. And I didn't know a lot of it. I just, like I said, just got a good feeling. Stone gave you a good recommendation, so I'm really glad I followed up on that. Sometimes, guys, when you're in these spaces, sometimes that's all it takes to make a good connection. And I think we found some great value here today. I've been going for well over an hour here already, and that was all just from a space connection. So that just does show the value of getting out there, engaging and with your community, and a lot of good things can come from it. So I'm more than happy to always be here for whatever you're building to share. And is there anything else you wanted to share visually or audibly before we wrap things up today?
No. Again, I just want to thank you guys. It's absolutely been a pleasure. It's the eclipse for me. So after this, I'm going right out to nature. I'm going to meditate. So I suggest everybody take a break, relax, go touch grass, and do the stuff, the nature stuff. If you can. I appreciate you guys. I really, really do. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Well, it's great to have you here today, and I thank everybody here for joining us in the comments. As I mentioned, anybody that likes and retweets the space, I'll give it a good 6 hours here after the space for those that do catch it on the replay. Generally, we get about 2 to 3 times the people on replay as we do live here. So give everybody a chance to get in the draw for the punk and spread the message for more people to hear, because I think you have a lot of value to add to the space, the community, and society in general. We need more people out there just spreading a good message and giving people something other than the negativity that's always at the forefront of our lives here. So I really appreciate what you're bringing to the space here. So as I mentioned before, we're always here and open for you. If you need to get a message out, just knock on my door. We'll get you up here anytime. And I look forward to working more with you on the OmniFlix thing. Just kind of waiting. I think in the next week or so, we're going to hear more about the Flix.fund pages. And I think it's going to be bringing a lot of value and excitement. So do look for some campaigns and some informational stuff coming out about that. And based on what I see with your TikTok and everything else you got going, that's you're probably going to get a lot more out of that than I will once you get on that platform. From what I can see,
I'll plug you in. Don't worry about it.
Nice. No, it's all about learning from each other, right? Like we there's so much going on. It's hard to keep track with everything. So if we can all just help each other out once in a while when we cross paths and share ideas and tips, tricks, technologies, or just good energy, good vibes, sometimes that's all it needs to help somebody get through their day. So a lot of chaos out here in this space. So we need more of it. So appreciate that. Make sure you give Moonman T a follow on TikTok. It looks like Moonman T4. And I appreciate you coming by today. Please let us know what you guys think about the video component of these spaces. I'm thinking maybe something we'll add moving forward. This is for discussion. Let me know what you guys think. Is maybe after the video space, we could open up a space and have like an after video space or something. We'll see how it goes. Just a heads up, next week I am actually on the road. I think we'll have an X space as usual. I'm just not going to advertise or book anybody there just because I am traveling. Actually, for those of you who followed me for a while, I'm closing up the ranch where I spent the early days or the first days of Corium Concepts, streaming poor quality videos from me from a mountaintop off my hotspot. That finally sold. I was there to help get the cattle off the ranch. I did that, moved on. Here we are a year later. She's finally sold her ranch and she's moving to the West Coast where I've set up shop also because it's just beautiful out here. So for all you landlocked folks out there, get out west, get out east if you're closer to that side, whatever. The ocean's where it's at. Lots of life, lots of energy, and lots of ways to connect and heal with nature. As we alluded to earlier there. So once again, thank you for everybody. Articulate, do you have anything to wrap up before we go today?
I just want to thank everyone again, and especially Moonman T for being here. Can't wait to have that message and just that energy running on sub-second finality and 7,000 transactions per second. I give it some wings and some Superledger smart functionality features. So looking forward to having you more integrated in the Corium community. And, definitely have our support going forward. But thank you for coming again and sharing your message.
It's been an absolute pleasure, fellas.
Right on, guys. Yeah, it's been great. I look forward to us chatting again soon. And we'll see you here next week in some fashion. 2 weeks from now, we'll have Wave Wars on in this format, also video format. They're doing some pretty cool things, integrating OmniFlix and some other things that all resonates with us here. So, stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun, too. So nice to have you here again, Moonman T. Take care. Peace and prosperity to you all.